In this Naviance tutorial video, we'll be exploring the Colleges tab. So go ahead and log in from your main screen and click on Colleges. Once you log in, you'll see a couple different features. It's divided into 3 sections: My Colleges, College Research, and Scholarships and Money. Pretty self-explanatory. On the left-hand side, if you just want to log in and search for a college specifically really quick, you can just type that name into that box there on the left and click Go, and it'll give you options for that. Under My Colleges, you'll see the colleges I'm thinking about and colleges I'm applying to. These are actually lists that students will create specifically to them. The colleges I'm thinking about, this is something that we'd like students at Sycamore High School to complete by the end of their junior year, because it gives your counselor a really good idea of colleges you're thinking about. So when we hear of scholarships or different visit day opportunities or things like that, we can let students know who are interested. So the more schools you're interested in, it's helpful for them to have that on that colleges I'm thinking about list. Once students have actually applied during their senior year and they've submitted their transcript request form, then that list will start building under colleges I'm applying to. So you can click on colleges I'm thinking about at any time, click Add Colleges to this list. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now we have what's called a quick list, and these are schools that students typically attend from Sycamore High School. So we'll go ahead and just click University of Dayton, and here you can select your interest level in that college. So it's good for, again, just for your counselor to know how interested are you in that school. So we're pretty interested in University of Dayton. And you can add multiple colleges here, same way. Click Add Colleges. So then you'll see as that starts to compile that list. So what this list does, it gives you the name of the college and a quick link to get to more information about that college. The delivery type, now that's going to be the type of application process that that college requires. So if you see that little blue box, that means it's electronic, and if it has a CA inside that box, that means it uses the common application. So that's a really quick way to know, once you get this list going, how many schools you're going to be applying to electronically, you might have to mail, and how many schools are going to use the common application. Who added this? Now as a parent, you can add the college to this list. Student can add it, and a counselor can also add it. So maybe we're having a conversation with a student in our office, they're interested in a school, we'll go ahead and add that for them so you can see who added that. Their interest level, and then it gives you a good idea of the application deadlines. So again, once you're adding multiple colleges to this list, it'll give you different deadlines so you have a good idea of what your senior year might look like. If you have a lot of common deadlines, or if you're considering early action, early decision, something like that. Communications, an easy way to email University of Dayton admissions office and see you have a question, something like that. An easy way to get to their website is this www. And if you click on the graph, this is going to be what's called a scattergram. And this is going to be students from Sycamore High School who've applied to the University of Dayton or any school that pops up. And it's going to tell you whether what the student's criteria was as their average GPA, their average SAT or ACT score. You can change that from the drop down here. And that's going to give you a good idea based on your GPA and ACT score that's in Naviance, is that little blue line here that runs this way. That's going to be the average. Right here, this red circle, that's going to be you as a student and where you fall in that category. So you can see what students' GPAs and ACT score was, whether they were accepted, denied, waitlisted, or deferred. So that's really helpful information for you to have when you're considering different colleges. So we'll go back to our colleges tab. So again, that's all under colleges I'm thinking about. This upcoming college visits, this is going to be school programs, colleges, universities that are coming to Sycamore High School to visit students. So this will just be the few upcoming ones, but if you click all upcoming, obviously at this point in the year, most of our colleges have already come through, but most of them will come back again in the spring. So say you wanted to talk to the Air Force ROTC, you would go ahead and click Sign Up, and then it'll give you a little more description about that university or college or program. Click Sign Me Up. It's going to give you a confirmation. Now sometimes we'd like you to print this confirmation out, and that's going to be your pass to come down to the post-secondary planning center to actually visit with that college. So go ahead and print that out. You'll also get a reminder email 2 or 3 days before the actual visit. It's important to remember that if you can no longer attend that visit, that you let somebody know, whether it be your counselor or Mr. Millette in the Post-Secondary Planning Center, so that they can take your name off the list. Because when you sign up as a student to go ahead and visit with that school, they get a name of the students who are attending that visit. So if your name is on that list and you don't show, sometimes that can be a poor reflection with that representative. So it's important that you either log in and you can go ahead and cancel your visit and say, remove me from this list, or you let Mr. Millette know in the Post-Secondary Planning Center. So again, back to the colleges tab. So that's all under My Colleges. So a great deal of information already on this page. College research. Now this is going to be where you're going to find the most information about colleges and universities. Obviously, each college and university's website is going to have the most information about their college specifically. This is going to give you a more general sense. So you're starting to explore freshman, sophomore year, junior year, exploring colleges. So there are a couple different college searches. So the college search that's built within Naviance, you go through and select your criteria, and it'll match you up with schools. So obviously it starts with about 5,000 different schools and then narrows down from there. So that's a good way to explore colleges. Another good college search is a super match college search. This is going to be an in-browser search that students can go ahead and, again, the same sort of thing, search by location, majors, test scores, different criteria. And as you go through, you can see it's going to give you a percentage. And this is where you can explore a little bit. It doesn't use just your ACT score or SAT score. Say it's what you are hoping to get. And you can say how important this criteria is to you. And as you see, you go through and you can see the different percentage matches. And again, if students are interested, once you're gone through and found different criteria that you enjoy that school, you can go ahead and add that to colleges I'm thinking about from here as well. So that's really helpful. Back to our colleges tab. College match. This is going to be where colleges can upload information about students they might be looking for. So this is a really good way if you're looking for additional schools to apply to. Maybe you're not as familiar with some of the other schools. This is where you can find out more about colleges that might be looking for students just like you. So it can kind of broaden your search. So that's always really helpful if you go to that college match piece. College compare. This is where you can pick different colleges. Say we'll just get a couple on here. And it'll give who you are, your GPA, and then their GPA and ACT score. And this is going to be information comparing you to previous students from Sycamore High School. So that's very helpful information to know the average GPA of accepted students from Sycamore High School and about how many students they accept out of their total students that that have applied from Sycamore High School. So that's very good information for you to know. College lookup. This is going to be simply just looking up colleges, another way to search, just like that side search bar. College resources. These are going to be different websites and helpful pieces of information if you're looking for something specific based on category. So college searches, so other outside college searches, financial aid information, test prep, college athletics, if that's something you're considering, or even the military. So these are very helpful links to have access to. So that's one quick way you can get that, is just under that college resources. College maps. So we can look here at colleges that accept our students. So you can obviously see Sycamore High School students get accepted all over the place, but this is listing them all in map form. Back to the colleges tab. Scattergrams. This is where you're going to find all of those different graphs that we saw. So we can pick any amount of colleges and search through. Display the graph again. Same thing we looked at with University of Dayton, but again, just one place where you can search for all different colleges. And this will tell you the number of applications that we have sent from Sycamore High School. So obviously the ones that are more common are going to have more applications, and the ones that aren't might only have one or two. Another option that you have in addition to scattergrams is acceptance history. And this is going to give you that idea, again, how many students were accepted to the colleges, and this is only through 2008 to 2015, but how many students were accepted to the college and how many students actually enrolled. So again, accepting and enrollment is a little bit different because we have many students apply to multiple colleges, as yours might, and then who actually ends up enrolling. So that's just interesting information to have also. Enrichment programs. So under college research, we also have enrichment programs, and this is going to be a pretty comprehensive list of programs that are out there and available for students to take part in. Maybe you're looking for an opportunity over the summer or something that might broaden your interest or be a study abroad type program. So this is going to be a good place to get all of that information. As you can see, it's a pretty extensive list. So you can search by different criteria and categories, things that students might be interested in. So that's a really helpful place to find that information. So this is a college research tab. And down at the bottom, scholarships and money. This is going to be really important, obviously, in the senior year, but we always encourage sophomores and juniors to consider looking at this list because a lot of times scholarships that are in one year will come back again for that next year. So scholarship match is going to be where students can see, based on their criteria, if they match up with certain scholarships that are available and when those deadlines are. So that's the scholarship match. Scholarship list is going to be the entire comprehensive list, and this is going to be the number one place that we encourage seniors to look for scholarship information, as we will upload everything that comes through our office here at Sycamore up into Naviance, and they will access it through there. So a lot of times we might not get a lot of criteria for that specific scholarship, but once you click on the scholarship, you'll see that there might be a note about when that information might be available, or even for almost every single one, there's going to be a website that they can access more information in the application and those types of things. So that's always important. Scholarship applications, if there are any uploaded separately, they would be located there, but most of them are in the scholarship list. Additionally, the national scholarship search. So Naviance does allow you to complete a national scholarship search using a Sally Mae tool, so students can enter their criteria and it'll match them up with a bunch of other scholarships that are available, and these are all national. So that's pretty much an overview of the colleges tab. Please take time to explore. As you can see, there's a wealth of information. And again, if you have any other questions, a very easy way to contact the counselor would be going back to the home page, clicking on Contact Us, and sending an email. And that's going to go directly to your child's counselor.